everyone, this is Cape at Cape's Corner Creations, back again with a quick video today. So I was in the kitchen yesterday, and in the fall often I put a little spice in a little pan of water and I bring it to a boil on the stove, and then I just let it simmer for about 20 minutes, and then I turn it off and the entire house smells like, cinnamon apple pie. It's a nice aroma for the house, and it just smells good, and you don't need the apple pie to eat, but you really, the aroma is so pleasant, it makes the house nice, and it's just a good feeling. So after a little while I looked at the pan and I thought, oh my goodness, this is perfect for dyeing papers for the journals. The color is a pinky brown, pretty close to what an avocado dyed paper looks like. So I let the pan of water cool, and I strained it a couple of times because of the cinnamon, and we have a new dye for the papers. So I thought I would show you my ingredients that I have used, and I used cinnamon, I'll put it in the camera, and I used clove, and I use nutmeg. Now I used about 3 heaping tablespoons of cinnamon, and about a teaspoon of clove and a teaspoon of nutmeg, in about 3 cups of water. Now depending on how much your stack of paper, how big your stack of paper is, you'll know how much you're going to need. But if you don't use it all, you can just put it in a mason jar and set it in the refrigerator and bring it out another time to do more paper as you need them. So the process that I do is I use 2 trays, 2 cookie sheets, because it can get messy, and I just take this cooled solution of spice, and it smells so good, and then I just start by just painting on the top sheet of my stack of papers. I'll show you here. And that's all there is to it. Then I simply peel it over and put it on this pan so it holds down, and then I paint another one, and then I also paint the back side of this one, and it also helps keep the stack down on the pan so it doesn't roll up and run away from me. And then I just take the next one and put it on that one. So you don't have to do 2 sides, you only have to do 1 side, because as you go you turn it over. And what's nice about it is that the little specks of cinnamon will bake down pretty much, because we're going to put this in the oven, and I'll tell you about that. I put these right on this tray. I just take the tray, the whole pile of papers. I don't do anything to it. When I'm done with this stack over here, then I just pop it in the oven. I put it on 275 for about half an hour. Now, depending on your oven, depending on how hot or it gets, some ovens run hotter than others. You have to watch it because it is paper and they will burn. So you have to be careful. Now, you can cook it on a higher temp if you're going to stand there and watch it, but I prefer, just putting it in at a lower temperature and letting it do its own thing. For me to stand there is a bit too much. So I just paint these along, and you can see, I don't know if you can see in the camera, but they're kind of brown in the camera, but they actually come out pink. And I will show you that when they're dry here. So let me just paint this along, and I've done that one too. See, I lose track of what I'm doing. And anyway, so you just paint along. Oh, I didn't put that one the right way. What am I doing here? Oh well. So I get to talking and I forget what direction I'm in. But anyway, so I just paint like this with a brush. You could just pour the solution in the pan and kind of soak it around, but I like this better because they don't get as wet and they don't take so long to dry. When you soak the whole pan, like you pour this whole solution in this pan, and then put the paper over here, it seems to just take that much longer to dry. So if I just paint them a bit and put it in the oven, they come out quickly, and within a half hour you have a stack of paper ready to use. The other way you can dry them is I have a table in the garage, it's like a card table, and I cover it with I cover it with some plastic and then wax paper or parchment paper, actually the parchment paper, and then or just some paper towel, and you can spread them out and let them dry overnight out there or wherever you have a spot to put them. I don't have a lot of room, so I do it in the garage. But this technique has worked really good for me, and you could use any kind of paper. You can use your copy paper, or you could use your book page papers, some envelopes, some note cards, whatever you want to put some dye on. Anything is good. Now just remember, you don't use your envelopes that have windows in them, those plastic windows, because they will melt and shrivel up and you won't have a window anymore. So don't put those in the oven. But your paper, anything paper, can go. And like I said, it's quick and easy. And we're just going to paint these on. Turn them over. Line them up here. And that's that. And that's as quick and easy as that. And the color is beautiful. I love that it's a pinky brown. And depending on how much spice you put in, it will control your color. Darker or lighter. And how long you definitely need to, I notice it better when it's boiled for a few minutes and then let it set to, cool. The color becomes darker. So there you go. We're almost to the last one here. I didn't want to, do hundreds of pages here because this gets, the technique after a few. But I just wanted to show you how easy and, it's not as messy as using like a bucket of water that, big lots of water, because I'm not capable of movement so much with my disability. So to do it like this for me is much easier, and I don't have to stand at the counter or at the stove. So I just set the timer on the stove for half an hour. And I may, sometimes if they're really wet, they may need to be turned a little bit. Take it from the middle and flip them around. So the middle of your pile, and turn them around, and then they'll dry a little bit easier on the inside. But they dry pretty well. And then sometimes I just leave the stack set overnight after they've come out of the oven, and they're always dry in the morning. So it doesn't take long. Oops, let me fix that. And then I just, on occasion, will do the edges here so they go down. I don't want them all curling up. And look at that. And they come out so pretty. And the color is just beautiful. Aged looking. They're crinkly. They sound nice. You know when you work with the journals and the old papers that the crinkly paper is a good sound when you're working. Let's see. I think I have 3 more here. There we go. 1 or maybe more. I don't know. Well, maybe 4 or 5. I don't know. Well, we're almost done there. But anyway, I hope that you enjoy this video, and I'm going to show you some dry papers in a moment while these go to the oven. We won't wait around for that, because that, that's just a process that is on its own. Can't be in the oven. But don't leave your oven. I mean, this is paper. It will burn. So don't walk away when you're, baking your papers. You don't want to set them on fire. This is an adult process. You have to be aware of your, surroundings. And let's put a little bit more on here. I like to soak the top, and then that's it. So that's as simple and easy as that is, and your pan's pretty dry, and without an excess of water, and you don't waste it. So, whatever I have left, I put it back in the mason jar, and you can do big batches of different kinds. You can do your coffee dyed papers this way, your tea dyed stain, your avocado, your spices, all, marked. I keep them marked in mason jars in the fridge so that anytime I need some paper, I'll grab one. Now this one is new to my collection and I'm loving it, so we have a mason jar of that. So that's that. So now I'm going to take these away and show you the dried papers. Be right back. Okay, so here are some of the dried papers. If you could see, the light is a bit bright here, so I don't know if you can see the pink and brown colors. It's a little bit hard to see. But if I flip through, maybe you could see, like here's one that you could probably see the colors better. It's quite hard with all this light. Let me turn this light off. Nope, that doesn't help. But anyway, here you can see it up here, the stains. There you go. And depending on how they were laying in the oven, you see, very pretty. In different colors, pinky, brown, and of course they sound great. But that's as quick and easy as that lesson is. So there's probably a stack of 50 papers here that I had done. So I hope you enjoyed this video and learned a new and fragrant dye for your papers. It was fun to do. It's easy, it's quick, and you have papers, within the hour to work with. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate all the feedback and enjoyment that you're getting, and I hope it's pleasure for some people and a lesson for some, a learning experience. So with that thumbs up, you can subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so you make sure you get all the upcoming videos. I shoot for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with new videos, with a lot of tutorials, and also with journals, finished journals. And you can find that on my Etsy shop under the same name, Capes Corner Creation. And I think that's it for today. So have a nice day. Bye-bye.